Hey Aries, it's Suzanne with Sunny Force Tarot. Happy Memorial Day. So this is a weekly reading. I'm kind of doing the, this is going to be an oracle reading clarified with tarot, okay? These are my cards. These are the first 4 decks that will be available for purchase in the very near future. So this right here is my deck, the Sunny Forest Tarot Awakening Journey. My dogs are in the background barking, as you can probably hear, which is, they always start that. It's like clockwork. They will stop in a minute, I'm sure. But there's a lot of people outside today. There's lots of people working on their gardens. There's lots of people walking their dogs. So, yeah, it's either that or I cage them up. And, you know, when I'm home, I really don't like to put them in the crates. All right, so this deck here, this yellow one, is my messages of clarity from your soul connection. And then this blue one here is my memorable moments deck. And then finally, this is my messages of light and clarity. Okay. And then I'm going to clarify with my tarot deck. All right, so let's see what we have here for you, Aries. First one, assumptions, thoughts without facts. Okay, so I kind of see this card as the 9 of Swords. All right, and then we also have realistic consideration. Okay, so a couple of things here. First of all, realistic consideration. I feel like somebody, you or your person, okay, could have some real, you could be really taking a look at practical considerations about the other person, okay? Number 4, that is the number of, you know, the physical world, what's going on in the physical world. So I feel like somebody here is really taking some time to think about this connection in a practical way. When they do that though, okay, they also, I feel like somebody is doing a lot of thinking. And what's happening, because there's a lot of thinking going on right now, there might be a lot of assumptions happening as well. You know, so this person might be assuming certain things about you, or you could be assuming things about them without knowing all of the facts. So that makes it a little bit difficult to, you know, to consider the practical nature of this connection without all of the facts. So that leads me to believe that the two of you aren't really communicating right now, okay? Not communicating the way that you would when you're really trying to figure out practically, you know, how do we move this forward in a practical manner, all right? So we'll clarify with tarot here in a minute. All right, so next card out. I look at you and my heart beats faster. So this person, whether they see you in the real, you know, in the real physical world, or they're looking at you online, this person gets excited to see you. They enjoy looking at you, okay? You know, they can't take their eyes off you. You know, whether it's a single picture that they have of you, whether they're looking at social media, whether they're watching you in real life, you know, and I don't feel, you know, a creepy aspect here. It's just, when you miss somebody or when you want somebody in your life, you want to see them. This person wants to see you. All right, so then we have the card of I am so sorry. So this might be what causes the lack of communication. This person might have a difficult time apologizing for something, or they might feel like they need to apologize. They might feel like they did something wrong. And again, when we go over to assumptions, this person might be assuming that they did something wrong here. You might be assuming that you did something wrong. Maybe you're feeling this energy of being so sorry, right? Maybe you both did something that you wish you hadn't, okay? You might be in kind of the same energy. You might spend a lot of time looking at this person as well. They might make your heartbeat, move a little faster. And again, this can be online. This can be in real life, okay? This might be somebody from across the room. Somebody that, at some point, something went awry here. Something went wrong. And maybe the two of you stopped talking to each other without really knowing why you stopped talking to each other. So again, there could be assumptions here that one or both of you did something wrong, when in actuality, it's because of assumptions that you're thinking that way. You may not be right. You may not have done anything wrong. But mutual assumptions over mutual facts, there's a big difference there. All right, so what do we have here? All right, so we have nothing but. We need to pull another card when that card comes out. And then we have understand. All right, so let's see. We got to pull one more card for the nothing but. Nothing but what? Nothing but competitive. All right, so there's an energy here of somebody being very competitive, possibly for your attention, for your affection. This might be the energy that you're in. Not necessarily knowing where you stand with this person. You might see this person in pictures with a lot of other people. You might see this person interacting with a lot of other people. There could be an energy of, a lot of competition. Could be envy or jealousy a little bit here too. All right, this card of understand. I feel like if there were communication, appropriate communication here, I feel that would bring a lot of understanding between the both of you. There'd be a lot of understanding, and the amount of assumptions would go down, which would allow realistic consideration for how we move forward to open up. Okay? So what do we have here? We have feelings of love coming to the surface. Okay, so anytime like this energy here, this competitive energy, I feel like somebody, again, there might have been a situation where you both moved away from each other. You spend time looking at each other. All right. At least, this person could be looking at you. You're looking at them too, though. Let's be honest. All right. And what this is doing is it's creating feelings of love that are coming to the surface. Not necessarily just for them, but for you as well. And this might be the driving force, realizing that there is competition, or there appears to be competition for your affection or for theirs. Either way, I feel like this energy is driving it. And then we have your spiritual purpose is becoming more clear. So this person very likely could be a true spiritual soulmate, spiritual connection of some kind. Because of this person, you might be realizing that your life is going in a different direction possibly in a more spiritual way. All right, so let's break out the tarot here. Let's see. I want to take a look at what this person's assumptions are when it comes to you. We have Ace of Cups. Okay, so this person definitely feels like there is potential for love between the two of you. Okay, that's what they're assuming. And this could be you assuming this as well. So you or your person or both of you are both in this energy of thinking about this starting off again or starting off new with a lot of heartfelt emotion and ability to make this a new love connection. What's the realistic consideration here? We have Eight of Swords. So anytime we see the Eight of Swords, it's really about somebody being afraid to make themselves vulnerable. Okay? So even though you or them or both of you, really assume that there is love potential here. There is. One or both of you are afraid to make yourself vulnerable, which is prohibiting these realistic considerations. It's like this has to come before this. I've got to make myself emotionally vulnerable before I can move forward in a practical way. And a lot of times people see that vulnerability as weakness, okay? Because it's coming from a place of fear so many times. We're afraid to make ourselves vulnerable because we're afraid that the other person doesn't necessarily possibly feel the same way, right? That's probably the base reason why people watch tarot. All right, so let's see. What is this I'm so sorry about? Wow, we have the Sun. So I feel like what the I am sorry about is, I feel like somebody wasn't free. Because the Sun can indicate freedom, okay? So I feel like somebody might not have been completely free of attachments in the past to move towards what makes them happy. I feel like you make them very, very happy. Like blissfully happy. I almost feel like those are the only memories that you might have of this person as far as your interactions. The only interactions that happened here were about really being happy around each other. So I feel like this person may not have been free in the past. All right, let's look at this one. I look at you and my heart beats faster. And we have, look at Page of Cups. Page of Cups. So when this person is looking at you, I feel like what they're doing is they're thinking about what they would say to you, what they want to say to you. And it comes from a deep place, a deep place of emotion. Page of Cups is also the card of an apology. This person definitely feels a need to apologize for something. So when they look at you and their heart beats a little faster, it might be because they're nervous about how you're going to receive an apology. All right, so let's take a look at this nothing but competitive. Lovers, look at that. Look at that. So this is a card of Gemini. Lovers is about a couple of things. It's about choices. So you might see this person, or they might see you as having a lot of choices. There's competition for your affection. It's just that simple. They see you as a high value woman or a high value man that basically a lot of people desire. And frankly, you know, in many cases, that certainly makes a lot of people more attractive almost immediately when there appears to be a lot of interest in that person. You know, and that might be the case here when it comes to you. The Lovers is also about a connection. So there is definitely a connection here that makes this person very happy. And when there's a connection and a definite deep attraction, it certainly makes it difficult to make themselves vulnerable, because the stronger the connection, the happier they are about this connection, the more they feel they have to lose. So the more difficult it becomes to make themselves vulnerable. But I feel like it's what is preventing this connection from moving forward in a practical way. Somebody needs to apologize or feels like they need to apologize. And I feel like the only reason that could come from the Sun is because they weren't completely free of some other attachment that they had in the past. They definitely want this Ace of Cups connection with you. They're afraid to make themselves vulnerable. They definitely had choices that they needed to make, but also I feel like they know that you have other choices when it comes to love. So they feel this competitive energy. What's this understanding? What is it that somebody needs to understand? We've got Four of Swords. So I feel like what this is saying here, Four of Swords over this understand card here, I feel like they're hoping that you will understand why possibly a break had to come into play here, or why they needed to step away. Whatever it is that they're sorry about, and again, I feel like it's that they weren't completely free to move forward with you. I feel like they're really strongly hoping that you understand why they couldn't do that. And that could be where this apology is coming from. They had to address another attachment. They didn't want this to be anything like a third party. Okay, they wanted nothing to do with that. I don't feel like you wanted anything to do with that either. So I feel like you do understand. And I feel like it's the other person that is in this energy of wanting to make an apology towards you. All right, so let's look at this feelings of love coming to the surface. We have the Moon. All right, so the Moon, first of all, the Moon is card of Pisces. The Moon is also a highly feminine energy, okay? So the energy of allowing, but it's also an energy of being unclear. So with these feelings of love coming to the surface, I feel like they're coming to the surface about the feminine energy, and this person isn't completely clear maybe on why these feelings are coming on in such a strong manner. Because again, going back to this Eight of Swords, there is definitely this energy of feeling a feeling of being afraid, because there's something that's not clear here. This person may not know where they stand with you completely, and that's creating fear for this person. All right, so then we have your spiritual purpose is becoming more clear. Let's see what that's about. All right, so we have King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, you know, I feel like there's something about this connection that, you know, if the two of you come together, it's like you're stronger together than you are apart. The King of Pentacles is about stability. It's about security. It's about being happy, first and foremost. Being happy, the sun. I feel like the two of you, this comes out overwhelmingly. The two of you make each other extremely happy. And when the two of you are in that energy of joy, that allows you, you know, to expand, and it allows your spiritual purpose to become more clear. So a couple of things here. Things that stand out to me in this particular reading. Numbers, we've got 4, 4. Pages are actually the number 4, okay? They have the value of 4. So we have 4, 4, 4. I feel like what's happening here is happening, you know, in the physical world, in the real world. This is realistically happening, okay? And there is the potential that this realistically will come together, okay? The colors that stand out to me are pink and red through the whole reading, all right? Red says that we're in the root chakra, so that means that this connection is coming from a place of, you know, I have. So I feel like both of you feel like that you do have this connection, okay? Lovers. You do have this connection. It is realistic. Pink, you know, we see a lot of pink in this reading too. Pink can be the heart chakra. Green can also be the heart chakra, okay? And that's coming from a place of I love. So I feel like the overarching message here is I realistically have love here. Okay, so whatever the two, I mean, the assumptions here again are about Ace of Cups, which is love. I feel like both of you want to realistically consider this connection. And for some reason, this Eight of Swords, which just stands out to me in this reading, making yourselves vulnerable to each other has been the most difficult thing here. Definitely for your person and possibly for you as well. We have two cards, King of Pentacles and the Sun, about happiness and joy. I mean, this is the happiest card in the deck. And that's coming, you know, there's definitely an apology here. And frankly, I think part of the problem is that this person doesn't even know what they're apologizing for. They feel the need to apologize. Maybe you know what it is that they're apologizing for. You might have that feeling too, like you have to apologize for something, but you don't really know what specifically you need to apologize for. It could be that the two of you just drifted, you know, and neither person started up the conversation again, and suddenly both of you are feeling like you need to apologize. That can happen. But I feel like this can absolutely realistically happen here. I feel like if you are the feminine, I feel like that feminine energy almost scares this person because it's powerful. It's powerful. And, you know, at the beginning here, again, nothing but competitive. This person almost wants to win you. They want to win you. They feel like you are something to, you know, that you could be a trophy for them. And I don't mean that in the superficial way. You know, it would be an honor to have you by their side or have you on their arm. That's what I feel like this is. All right, Aries, that is what I have for you. So I guess this is for the week of May 25th, I guess, to June 2nd, I guess is what we're looking at. But yeah, kind of a hauntingly beautiful story, but vulnerability is the key here. And vulnerability is not weakness, it's strength. And I feel like both of you are waiting on somebody else to make themselves vulnerable, when in actuality, it could be you that needs to make yourself vulnerable. All right? All right, that is what I have for you guys. Thanks so much. Enjoy your holiday weekend, what's left of it. And if you are looking for a personal reading, just reach out. I'm always here for you. We will get it done. I will respond quickly. Otherwise, I will talk to you next time. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.